What it do, P-Town crew? How you doing? How you doing? How's your week's been? How's been your year so far? How has been your anticipation for International Fight Week, UFC 290? These are my predictions. This is just my opinion. Let's get into my picks right into it. I mean, I guess before the main card, Robbie Lawler, man, come on, like let's. I got nothing against Bo Nickel, nothing at all. But man, if this is his retirement fight, this got to be on the main card, man. This dude's a legend. I want to see this guy kind of go out, with a bang. And I expect him to make it a dogfight, but I'll just be honest. I care more about Robbie Lawler's fight than Bo Nichols, as well as JDM's, as well as Tatsuo Taira's. Tatsuo Taira by submission, JDM by whatever he wants. Robbie Lawler, let's hope for a good retirement fight. Anyways, into the main card, Bo Nickel. Don't know anything about Val Woodburn. From what I've gathered, he's a very powerful fighter, but um, I don't know. I know more about Bo Nickel than Val Woodburn, and I didn't even know that much about Bo Nickel. Right? He's only recently made his UFC debut, fought in the Contender Series. I guess Bo Nickel, but I'm not gonna act like I'm super versed in this matchup from both these guys. Yeah, let's just move on. Jalen Turner versus Dan Hooker. Jalen Turner definitely feels like he's gonna win. He's just so huge for the lightweight class. He's so tall. He's very well rounded. He's powerful. He's just got a very complete game. I could definitely see Jalen Turner taking this fight, but honestly, I like Dan Hooker. I love Dan Hooker, man. He's just a BMF. Like he is just one of the biggest BMFs of this division. If you can make weight, he's gonna fight you. You know what I mean? And I just have that respect for him. This is gonna be a fight that's gonna just stay on the feet. I feel like. Um, yeah, signs point to John Turner winning, but John Turner, I do believe that Turner should have won his last fight against Gamrot, who's just such a stubborn grappler. But of course, this isn't really going to be much of a grappling fight. I don't know. I think I'm just going to bet on the underdog here. You know what I mean? Got to throw those out. I'm going to bet with Dan Hooker. I just think that um, if this turns into a dog fight, then maybe Dan Hooker can get a win by decision. I don't sound the most confident. Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want Dan Hooker to win, so I'm picking Dan Hooker. Okay, this is a very biased prediction. Don't click off. Don't click off. Don't click off. Okay, if you want to hear my thoughts on some of the bigger matchups coming in, just go Hey, this is my opinion. All right, we all have biases. Nothing against John Turner here. I do think he's probably gonna win, but you know what, Dan Hooker. Let's go Dan Hooker. All right, the BMF of 155, at least right now. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. Don't click off. Don't click off. You want to hear me roast DDP? You want to hear me roast DDP? Okay. All right. Don't worry. Okay. DDP is like the best worst fighter that we've seen. All right, and I'm just so conflicted on why this guy or how this guy keeps on winning. Is it the state of the middleweight division right now and just how it's such a shallow division? Is he just a bad fighter that keeps on getting lucky? Or is he just so unorthodox that he just takes people by surprise and he's good? Like he's actually good. Like I don't know, man. Here's what I have to say about DDP. I think that he's a little bit better than how some people portray him to be. I think that his defense is a little underrated in the sense that no one's really landed that cleanly on him. Okay. But I'm also so confused about how he keeps winning. He got into a slugfest, a sloppy slugfest against Derek Brunson. Okay. He was able to take down Darren Till, but like those takedowns just felt so sloppy. And it's like, it just felt like that Darren Till just missed out on wrestling practice against Khamzat Chimaev because I feel like DDP should have no business taking down Darren Till. And I feel like he's not going to have any business taking down Robert Whitaker with his godlike takedown defense. All right. I think that these odds are pretty accurate. If not, I would have DDP as a bigger underdog here, because Robert Whitaker's just too well rounded, dude. He's too smart. He's too tactical. He fought and destroyed a better version of Derek Brunson. Okay, years ago, right? He beat a better version of Derek Brunson. He put up a close fight against the champion. Recently he pretty comfortably beat Marvin Vettori. Okay, I just feel like Whitaker's just too well rounded. I think that DDP doesn't have the gas tank to tangle with Robert Whitaker. I think that I'm glad that Robert Whitaker's taking DDP seriously because I'm kind of not, to be honest. And look, if Robert Whitaker's taking DDP seriously, that's all I need to give me the confidence that Robert Whitaker's gonna win this. I think that he's too smart. He's great. He's a great survivor. You know what I mean? DDP can create a lot of chaos, and maybe that's a part of the reason why I might not even consider him a lucky fighter. Like he's good because he creates opportunities to be lucky. You know what I mean? If you create opportunities to be lucky, you just might be good. All right. But Robert Whitaker is just such a, he's so composed. He's gone toe to toe with Yoel Romero twice. All right. He's really good at defining and changing the pace of the fight. Most fighters fight to his pace. Whether or not it's quick or slow, it's Robert Whitaker controlling it. I feel like this should be a Robert Whitaker win. I think that DDP is definitely going to create some wild moments, and get the upper hand at some points. But I think Robert Whitaker's just going to take the tide. This might be Whitaker's first finish in like 4 or 5 years. Okay, um, yeah, I'm just going to go with that. I have to acknowledge that DDP just might be a little good if he's just that unorthodox, right? Unorthodox is going to get you far or pretty far sometimes. But yeah, I think in terms of confidence, I feel like this just feels like to be a big mismatch, in my opinion. And hey, if DDP gets this win, then you know what? We might have to start admitting that he's good, okay? And MMA might not be real. Whatever. Robert Whitaker, buy whatever he wants. Flyweight title: Brandon Moreno versus Alexandre Pantoja. This is a pretty interesting fight. I love the flyweight division, as you all know. I think it is very, very competitive. This fight is actually going to be very close. Moreno has definitely come into his own. He's definitely made a lot of improvements since losing to Pantoja twice, and he was pretty much mollywopped in one of the fights. But I think he's definitely grown into his own. He's definitely developed his striking. He's developed his grappling. His scrambles have come a long way. But Pantoja, man, he's very unorthodox, very aggressive. I think the scrambles is going to be a big dictator on how this fight's going to go. If Moreno can kind of prevent or slow down Pantoja's aggressiveness, and most importantly, avoid giving up his back, I think that he is tough enough. I think that he has grown enough to be able to hang and pull ahead in the long run. Probably leaning Moreno by decision. But once again, depending on how those scrambles go, we see a lot of the scrambles at flyweight kind of end up with someone's back being taken. I think that just might be an invite for Pantoja to get an early submission if he does win this. But otherwise, I probably will lean Moreno. But you know what? I like both these guys. And I'm going to be happy whoever gets their hand raised. Should be a really interesting fight, potential fight of the night right here, in my opinion. Well, yeah, moving on. This is also a great fight right here. Alexander Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez. Love both these guys. As you guys know, these are, if you're not named Max Holloway, these two fighters are probably my favorite in the featherweight division. Alexander Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez. Right off the bat, I'm going to say I'm going to lean Alexander Volkanovski by decision. But of course, let's kind of spell out the full story. Yair Rodriguez is going to be very dangerous. Okay. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous kicker. He's a very unorthodox and dynamic striker. He has such a wide arsenal. He's unpredictable. He's explosive. I do see Yair Rodriguez dealing a good amount of damage to Volkanovski. We've seen Volkanovski be hit before. Specifically, he definitely had a little bit of trouble dealing with Islam Makhachev's southpaw striking, right? And of course, a part of that was because of the takedown threat. Volkanovski wanted to get in as much as possible before it went to the ground. That did leave Volk a little bit open to making mistakes. Of course, this is going to be different because Yair is probably not going to be looking to take it to the ground. So, but I think anybody who makes Max Holloway wrestle is going to be dangerous. But with that said, while it is impressive that Yair Rodriguez made Max Holloway wrestle in their close fight, Holloway versus Rodriguez, that was a close fight, but Holloway was able to pull ahead through the wrestling. Okay, I feel like Volkanovski can wrestle and neutralize Yair Rodriguez on the ground. Rodriguez is dangerous off his back, but once again, if Holloway's able to pull ahead through the wrestling, I feel like Volk can pull ahead there. Okay, as far as on the feet, I think that Volkanovski is really great. Obviously, we all know he's great at closing the distance. He's great at escaping the distance. He's excellent moving forward and causing exchanges. He always gets the better of exchanges. He's great off the back foot. I feel like here's how I see this fight going. Early on, Rodriguez is going to deal a lot of damage. You know what I mean? He's going to switch to southpaw. He's going to chop up Volk's legs. He's probably going to get some great body shots in. He's probably going to headhunt a little bit. He's going to definitely deal more damage early on. But I think the longer that this fight goes on, Alexander Volkanovski will pull ahead. I think Yair Rodriguez's boxing does need some work. He does kind of get into some, dogfight exchanges. But something like that is Volk can definitely get the better of in exchanges in the boxing. I do think that he's great with his feints. He might be able to kind of, in a sense, match or keep up with Rodriguez's unpredictability. I feel like this fight is likely to go to decision because both these guys are tough. And if it goes to decision, I'm going to put my faith in Volk. Otherwise, if I'm going to make a bold claim, Yair Rodriguez is more likely to pull off the big upset of the night over DDP. I would not be surprised in a sense if Rodriguez pulls it off with a KO finish, but I feel like that would have to be pretty early on because we see that in Rodriguez's other fights, he's very capable of dealing a lot of damage. But if you're going to see him spark people, it's not going to be late into the fight. Um, in my opinion. So I feel like if I'm going to be confident, I'm going to be confident that Alexander's going to take this to a decision win. Both guys I feel are going to take a lot of damage. Um, I just have more faith in Volk's ability to prepare than Yair Rodriguez. You know what I mean? With Volk being able to prepare and bring up a close fight to Islam Makhachev, which is, yes, granted, a very different matchup. But like, Volk had Islam fighting for his life when he was on top in that fifth round. Yes, it was a gas Makhachev, but still, like, I feel like Volk just has you know, the gas tank, has the endurance to kind of make this a fight all the way through. And he kind of mollywopped Brian Ortega when he was on top after being caught in two, deep submissions. And once again, this is a completely different fight because I was on the ground. Striking, yeah, Rodriguez is going to deal a lot of damage. I feel like very early. He's going to invest in the leg kicks, the body kicks. Um, like he did with Josh Emmett. But I feel like Alexander Volkanovski is just going to pull ahead with his timing, going to pull ahead with his feints, with his smartness. I think that he's very good when things get chaotic, as we've seen. And so, yeah, I'm going to lean Alexander Volkanovski by decision, but it should be a great fight either way. Not going to be surprised if Rodriguez gets his hand raised. I'm a fan of both these guys, so this is another fight where I'm going to be cool with anybody winning. And that's it right there. That's my picks. Yeah, overall pretty decent. No, not a decent card. This is a great card. Great card. Looking for Tatsuro Taira. He should have fought in the last card, but you know what? Looking forward to seeing him back. Hey, Brandon Moreno, Pantoja. Hey, y'all better watch out because I think Tyra is up and coming. So, anyways, that's my predictions. Let me know your predictions down below. Do you agree or disagree with me? How do you see these fights going? Let me know down in the comments. I look forward to more videos soon. I have a Justin Gaethje Tears video coming out relatively soon after this video goes up. And yeah, so yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.